We're pleased to visit with Tom Gladney on the program. Mr. Gladney, thank you so much for taking some time. Congratulations on the award.
Thank you, and appreciate you being here at our conference.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. Take us back, born in Jackson, Wingfield High School. Boy, those were the days when, you talk about McDowell Road and people getting up, down, South Jackson.
Yeah.
Kind of take us through that growing up there, and then, of course, how your career kind of manifested itself.
Well, I grew up right next to Levelwoods Park. And I could walk out my front door and be at Levelwoods Park. I could walk out my back door and be at Sykes Park down there. So we were at the park all the time. Now they don't even play games there anymore. And my education has gone null and void. Jackson Public Schools is closing some schools. They closing Sykes Elementary, where I went, Whitten Junior High, where I went, and Wingfield High School, where I went. So my education is null and void right now. But it was a great time and great schools, and I hate to see it go in that direction, but they've lost a lot of students, and they're just trying to do the best they can.
Sure. And before we move into some of the highlights of your career, you'd referenced Levelwoods and those parks down there. I can remember growing up in the 80s and 90s, and that's where baseball lived. It absolutely lived there.
Yeah. And again, my dad, he'd just walk out there and watch games every night, whether we were playing or not, but we went when we weren't playing. But it was just a great time to grow up and a lot of fun to be out there in that era of time.
Take us through, playing at Mississippi College. Of course, you got your bachelor's of arts and sciences and a master's at Mississippi College. Take us through that time in your life.
I went out there to play football and baseball. Probably was a better baseball player, but excelled more in football simply because you worked at it more. Back then there weren't batting cages and there weren't pitching machines and there weren't things that kids have today. But really enjoyed playing both of them. And Coach John Williams was the football coach, and then Ed Nixon was the baseball coach and gave it up. He became the girls' basketball coach and then coached at Alabama. But Bill Moose Perry became the baseball coach, and I played for him and then was a graduate assistant for him out at Mississippi College before he left. And then I got to be the assistant baseball coach out there and worked out there for 20 years.
What took you to Texas?
We got our first and only granddaughter, Lila White. This is my youngest daughter's little girl. She just turned 2 on Halloween, and we're going to have a grandson in March, 2 months from now, so we're just excited to be out there close to them.
No, absolutely. And take us through, your tenure, as a coach, 284, 72, and 1 overall at Midway High School, 9 district titles, 1 state championship, 1 state runner-up, 7 district coach of the year honors, and 2 statewide coach of the year awards. You guys really cleaned it up during that time.
It was a great time to be at Midway High School. Midway had already had really good baseball. But over the course of the years, I think they had 10 or 11 guys to play minor league or pro baseball. And in the 10 years I was there, not because of me, but because the baseball had grown so much, there were 13 guys that played some form of Major League Baseball. 44 guys went off to play college baseball. And it was just a great time to be at Midway High School, and it was a lot of fun.
We're visiting with Mr. Tom Gladney. He is the MAAA Hall of Fame inductee 2024. He's kind enough to give us some time and talk a little bit about his career. Tom, you also served as chairman of the Gulf South Conference baseball coaches on 2 different occasions and served 6 years on the NCAA Division II All-American Committee. Also 6 years on a High School Baseball Coaches Association All-American as well. So, when you talk about baseball and just, your kind of hands molding young men, college, high school, you've kind of been everywhere.
Well, and it was a lot of fun. The Gulf South Conference when 74, Jacksonville State, Troy State, Southeast Louisiana, Nichols, Northwestern State, Delta State, Mississippi College, Livingston, which is now West Alabama, Valdosta. It was an unbelievable league, and now a lot of those schools have moved to Division I. Now, Gulf South Conference is still good, but it was really dominating in football, basketball, and baseball at that time, so it was a tough challenge. But a lot of good years there and a lot of good years at Midway High School.
So take us to what you do when you look at baseball today and you see how the game is played. Obviously, it's played at a high level. There's tournament ball everywhere. Guys as young as 8 and 9 right now are in cages getting ready for tournament ball. Just your thoughts on the evolution of baseball and where it's at today.
It's in a good place and it's in a bad place. I think they might play too much. There are a lot of arm injuries, and that goes back to there's only so many throws in your arm, you know, and they start off throwing at 8 and 9 and trying to throw breaking balls at 8 and 9, and they get to high school and they may be okay, but then they get to college, or they may have the surgery in high school or whatever. But you know, the arm needs some rest, and you know, I don't know the answer to it. I've had buddies who played for me, and their kids are playing, and they'll say, "Coach, I know," but he said all his buddies are playing, you know, and they want to be on the same team with them and do those things, and they get a lot of exposure, but I'm just not sure we're not doing too much.
When you look at the high school game, and of course you get from high school to college, and we talk a lot about this because of what we're talking about with the tournament ball. It's so hard now to get to college to play because there's so many players. I mean, you look here in the state of Mississippi, just at when the MHSA has their state baseball championships at Trustmark Park, just that alone, the talent that's on the field, it's very, very tough to get to college now.
Mississippi does not lack in baseball as far as kids who can play college level. The transfer portal has hurt kids coming out of high school. You know, the big schools, if they need a player that can play right away, they look at the transfer portal first, and then they look at a high school kid. But for another year or two, it's probably tough on high school kids. Not to say they can't sign with, you know, a Division I school, a Power 5 school, but there are just so many transfer portal guys out there that it does make it a little tough.
Before we finish it up here, and of course we're visiting with Tom Gladney, MAAA Hall of Fame inductee today, along with Bobby Hall. You were a scout as well, high school scout for the Kansas City Royals, Boston Red Sox, Colorado Rockies, and Milwaukee Brewers. Take us through some of that, because I know that can be kind of a grind.
It was really what they call a high school associate scout, and basically when I go to games, if I saw somebody, I would send it to the guy. My last one was with the Brewers, and I was on the Gulf Coast, and you know, they brought the Brewers AA team to Biloxi or whatever.
Right.
And probably my biggest, I guess you'd say, involvement, it was a former player of mine who had done really well and was with the Red Sox at the time. And the Brewers guy called me and asked me all about him. I said, "Are y'all trading for him?" He said, "Oh, we're just looking at some options." Well, the next day they traded for Aaron Wilkerson. He comes to Biloxi, and I get to see him pitch every 5 days, so it was really neat to get to see him. And he got a touch of, you know, the big leagues, cup of coffee here and there, but he's in Japan playing right now, so hopefully he can, you know, maybe get another chance.
As you, we put a wrap on it, put a bow on it right here. Down here at the IP, you get this award today. Kind of looking back, what does this mean for you?
It's a great honor. There's plenty of people that probably should have been in there before me or whatever, and the people that have been in there that are already in there really set the standards and everything, and it's a great honor to be able to be in that class.
Tom Gladney, thank you, sir. I appreciate your time today. MAAA Hall of Fame inductee on your radio. As we carry on, we're visiting with Joe Odom, Yazoo County High School MAAA Athletic Administrators of the Year, along with Tabitha Beard, Oxford High School. Joe, thanks so much for taking some time. How are you?
Oh, good, man. How are you?
Man, we're doing good. A lot of people here, obviously. A lot of good stuff happening here. Congratulations on the award for you.
I appreciate it.
Take us through what this means for you guys, 2022, 2023, Yazoo County Athletic Director of the Year.
Oh, man, it's been a long road, a lot of hours put in. My wife, she came with me, and she's my biggest support, and I couldn't do it without her and my family.
Talk a little bit about Yazoo County. About, you know, we talk a lot about Central Mississippi. We talk about Oxford. We talk here. We talk there. But let's talk about Yazoo County.
Oh, Yazoo County is a great place. Born and raised there. Spent my entire 19-year career at Yazoo County. Great people, great kids. Couldn't ask for a better place to be.
When you got there, what have you guys done differently to kind of move Yazoo County forward?
I started working at the elementary school there in 2005. We had very few sports at the high school to speak of, and now we offer everything except for bowling, swimming and diving. We offer pretty much, and bass fishing. That's the only thing we don't offer there. So we offer the kids there a wide range of activities and athletics to participate in.
You know, when you go into a place, and I'm preaching to the choir here, that typically has not done a lot of things, maybe just for whatever reason, not doing what you guys are doing now, sometimes it's hard to get the community and the parents to buy in, but it sounds like they have absolutely done that for you guys.
Oh, yes. We have participation through all of our athletics and activities. Our parents and our community, they do whatever they have to do to help out.
We're visiting with Joe Odom, Yazoo County High School 2022-2023 MAAA Athletic Administrators of the Year award. Before we get you out of here, just kind of talk a little bit about the award and what it means for you.
Oh man, it means a lot. I put in a lot of hours. Had to sacrifice a lot with my family and to get where I am today. I've been, like I said, I've been in this district for 19 years, and it just means a lot for me to be here.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.